Wait, hold on, Jade, wait, no, don't. That's not working. Using a planet power on a kitty is not safe for Trixie and Marshall Kitty. And then Jade asked, I'll handle this. Crystal power, Trixie asked. Wait, Jade, don't! Using a planet power on my kitty is not a good idea. It might make the kitty pox worse. Maybe I'll stay here with my kitty, and you get the medicine for my kitty. Here, use the beaker and use the list. The list is fairy dust from Sparkle Dust Mountain, one leaf from a tricky flower, one worm from a grumpy badger, and one slime from a lightning slug, and one flower from an ice volcano. Not bad, right? And then Kai asked, great idea, Trixie. There's only one thing we need. It's time for the Deer Squad asked planet power. After powering up, the Deer Squad and Jade went to look for the medicine. Trixie asked, wait, before you get the medicine, I had to take my kitty with me. Come on, kitty. And then Marshall Kitty is not following Trixie. He was fast asleep. Trixie called out for him. Kitty! Marshall Kitty was wide awake. He took one more step and he fell asleep again. Oh no, I think Marshall Kitty needs to go home and rest. Jade asked. I think he needs to go home and rest. Trixie asked. Great idea, Jade. I'll stay here with my kitty. You go get that medicine. Trixie asked. The Deer Squad will be here with... Great idea, Jade. I'll stay here with my kitty. You go get that medicine. Let me know you have the medicine, okay? Trixie asked. The Deer Squad will be here any minute with that medicine. Meanwhile, in Trixie's witch house, things were not going well at all. Marshall Kitty tries to get himself comfy, but he couldn't help it because he was so itchy. So Trixie scratched his tummy, and then he was cold. So Trixie got him some covers, and then he was thirsty. Trixie says, and now you're hot. Ugh, you're thirsty? And then Trixie asked, already. So Trixie bought him some juice. But before Marshall Kitty was about to take a sip, he sneezed. And then the juice ended up all over Trixie. The juice splashed all over Trixie. And Trixie's all wet. Marshall Kitty says, Chew! Meow! And then Trixie asked, she looks right at the camera with the disbelief face. She looks right at us. Meanwhile, in Central Forest, Bobby says, the flower is really harmless. Whoa, never mind, it's not harmless. Rami asked, wait, I think it's not just any flower, it's a tricky flower. And then they all said, a tricky flower? And then Jade asked, Rami's right. It's not just a flower, it's a tricky flower. The tricky flower is really picky to be picked. Lola asked, don't worry, I'll handle this. Wood. Then Lola says, uh-oh, not again. She ends up getting grabbed. And then Wufu get help. Jade says, wait, Wufu, be careful or else you'll get grabbed. But Jade's warning came too late. Wufu ends up getting grabbed too. And now the tricky tree has Lola and Wufu. Jade says, oh no, not again. Are you two okay? Lola asked, we're okay, Jade, but we can't get down. Jade asked, Uh-oh, look out! Jade asked. We need a plan. What will Trixie say? What will Trixie say? I got it! Just like what Trixie says. To get our friends down, you have to tickle the flower. Ready, squad? And then the squad says, ready. Jade asked, ready, Kai? Kai asked, ready. Ready, Rami? Rami asked, ready. Ready, Bobby? Bobby asked, ready. Ready, Jade? Jade asked, ready. Okay, squad, ready? It's tickle time. They begin to tickle the flower, and then finally, the flower puts down Lola and Wufu safely. When I was watching the clip, I said, no, don't! And then I said, I'm out! A brand new heart attack accident coming my way! And then I said, you rotten nub, don't you scare me like this! Or when Jade says, Trixie, we have something to tell you. Your kitty is floating. Trixie asked, that's true. Wait, what? My kitty is floating? Jade asked, well, yeah, your kitty's floating. And then Trixie asked,